Hi everybody, this is Crypto Rich working with you to get rich with crypto. And in this video, we're going to be finding out about a fully decentralized project, a fully decentralized communications platform that's made a difference to people in Ghana.
NordVPN is becoming more than just a VPN. Threat protection will guard your device against malicious websites, malware, trackers, and intrusive ads, even if you're not connected to a VPN server at the time. Step up your cybersecurity and stay safe.
I invested £25,000. Today, that investment is worth £5 million.
Say hello to our hero, the Hydrogen Energy Release Optimizer. Limitless power, zero emissions.
Now, before I introduce my guest, McSamm, please subscribe. You'll notice I've changed my background, bit.ly/CryptoRich3Speak, fully decentralized vlogging platform, unlike YouTube and Rumble and Truth Social. And then also bit.ly/CryptoRichOdyssey. And Odyssey's been having a few problems with the SEC lately, so I want really support my work on 3Speak. Come over to 3Speak, earn crypto from 3Speak. And also please follow me on Twitter, CryptoRichYT, and join my official Telegram announcements channel. Okay, McSamm, thank you so much for making yourself available. You are in the bright, brilliant sunshine of England. We're having a late Indian summer here, but you're actually from Ghana.
Yes.
And I found out about you because
I'm a Ghanaian.
You're a Ghanaian. I did an interview with Starkers about 3Speak, which at the time of recording this video on the 4th of September isn't yet up. And he mentioned what you'd done. Do you want to say a little bit about 3Speak or Hive? And then we can talk about the project.
Thanks so much. I'm McSamm and I belong to the Hive blockchain, or I'm on the Hive blockchain. Hive is a fully decentralized Web3 based platform and it's open for everyone. One of the most incredible things about Hive is you can own your stuff. Once you're on the Hive blockchain, nobody controls anything that you do. So for bloggers, gamers, vloggers, and all people who are interested in a decentralized platform that really appreciates and give great value to everything that you do, I would always recommend Hive. I'm on the blockchain and I'm McSamm on the Hive blockchain. And through the Hive blockchain, I've been able to do a lot of incredible things to bring a positive change to my society, the place I live in. It's so incredible, which I believe you're going to talk more on the show.
Yes. No, thank you, McSamm. And Hive is a fork of Steemit. And one of the things I remember about Steemit is it's very, very fast. Hive is very, very fast. But Steemit got centralized because Justin Sun from Tron bought it out. So the community said, we want to stay decentralized. And then what they did was they forked the blockchain. And as a fully decentralized blockchain, people can build all sorts of applications, including 3Speak. So, and like you said, my videos on 3Speak, I own the content. It isn't the platform that owns them, and they can't be censored or shadow banned or anything like that. Great. Okay. So what is this project, and how did Hive support you with this project?
Okay, so the project is borehole. I don't know if people know borehole, water wells in Africa. I don't know if you're aware of how borehole works. It's a system that brings water from the ground to serve people. So it's called a borehole. So that is what I do with Hive. And this is how the whole thing started. You know, Ghana is filled with a lot of villages that are really struggling. I would say that the leaders and African leaders have failed the people. The people are really much disappointed because there are lots of these basic problems which the leaders in the community, in the society cannot help fix them. And so Ghana has a lot of problems or villages which are having water problems. I believe the scarcity of water is a basic challenge that a lot of communities and people around the world face similar challenge. But that of Ghana is really, really difficult. It's hard because a lot of villages are having the same challenge. I was fortunate to visit one village in Ghana, and this is the genesis or the history behind the Hive borehole project. I don't know if I'm good to continue with it.
No, yeah, and I just want to say a couple of points, if I may. So one is I'm following what's happening in Niger and Gabon and ECOWAS and everything, those countries. And part of the problem, I think, is how France in particular, but also the British and perhaps the other European imperialist powers have set up systems that favor them. So Niger, for example, under the previous administration would sell its uranium to France on the cheap. France gets wealthy and the people stay poor. So they've set up those sorts of structures. You don't have governments really caring for its own people. So Ghana has plenty of wealth. It has gold, and it also has plenty of rain because it's in the tropical belt. But you have villages in Ghana, like you're saying, despite all this wealth, they don't have access to clean water.
So with Hive, or with my presence on the Hive blockchain, helping the Ghanaian or most of the Ghanaian communities to have access to clean water was as a result of one thing I saw about the Hive blockchain. Hive is a decentralized platform. It's based on Web3. So people think it's more about online activities. But with my existence on the Hive blockchain, I got to realize Hive can go the extra mile to do more than just online thing. Hive has the power to impact or bring great impact to communities. And knowing this motivated me that there is a problem I've encountered. There is this issue I see. How best can I help my people with the help of the blockchain that I'm on? So this was a sort of inspiration, knowing that Hive can help improve communities. Hive can extend its support to offline activities, bring real world experiences. So knowing this was a very great step for me. Now, I had a chance to visit one of the Ghanaian villages, and I had to travel or walk. I literally walked for like 4 hours because there was no sort of transportation. There wasn't any car or anything to get me transported to this community. And walking for this very long distance was a huge problem. Now, that was not even it. When I got to the community, I realized I had consumed almost everything I had on me because I was walking for 4 hours, or I walked for 4 hours, including water. I couldn't have water to drink. So when I got to the community, the first thing after I was welcome was to ask for water. Now, I was brought a water. Someone brought me a cup of water, and if I'm looking at the cup and the water, I could see there were some particles in them. So I asked, the water looks very bad and it was a bit smelly. And I was asking if I could get something better. And they couldn't get me anything better because literally that is what every member of the community also drink. The whole people in that community drink the same water. And it wasn't so safe for people to drink. So I asked, where do they get this water from? So I was directed by some members of the community. They took me to where they fetch water. It was a river. And interestingly, it's a flowing river which they share with animals. There were animals feeding in that same river. So they drink in a water where animals also drink from that same river. So I asked myself, what can our leaders do to improve the lives of people like this? It's so unfortunate that the place is so far from town. I am from the Ashanti region of Ghana, and the capital is Kumasi. So when I say Kumasi, I mean the Ashanti region of Ghana. It's so far from Ashanti region or Kumasi, and so it's difficult that we can invite some people that we know to come to their aid. There isn't even means of transportation. So being able to get to such a community was something very powerful for me. And amazingly, they have no electricity. The people living in the community has no source of electricity. They don't use smartphones. They don't use mobile phones. There is no network coverage. And I stayed in the community for 4 to 5 days. I got disconnected from my families because I could not have access to network. Now, after the 4 days, I came back home, walked 4 hours again back home to get to where I live. And I was like, what can I do to help people? Even their story touched me. How could people we live with be feeding on a river that they share with animals? Cows, sheep, animals are drinking the same river with them. And there are some other particles which I believe wasn't so hygienic. It wasn't convenient for the use of human. So I thought, why don't I see, I belong to a blockchain, a platform that think about people, a blockchain or a platform that can transform society, that cares about people. We can bring real or make a difference in real world. It's not just about online activities. So this sparked the whole idea. I was like, I spoke to a colleague who is called Collins, that I'm looking at how best I can support my community or this community I visited. Actually, they are not the only people facing this problem. There are lots of communities in Ghana which are having water problems. But this very one or this very place I visited was very awful. But through them, maybe I can have a plan which, if it's successful, I can support other communities which are having similar challenges or same problem. I spoke to Collins, and Collins was like, why not put a proposal on the Hive block? Talk to people to see if a decentralized platform you belong to, they see a problem of your people and they can attend to that. So I put the whole thing into a proposal. I wrote a proposal and was on the Hive platform for everyone to see. So I was going to see how it looks like. So I got contacted. People began to share their comments, what they think about the problem I've encountered. and how Hive can come in to support such a project. And I gave a detail of how much I would need to complete this. Now, writing this proposal, I said to myself, even if Hive refuse or Hive don't support this, if I don't get the maximum support I need from Hive to put up a clean water for a community in Ghana, I am still going to make sure I do this. Now, how am I going to do this? What I planned was I was going to keep writing. Hive is so good to the extent that it supports its content creators. So once you create a content on the Hive blockchain, once it's a decentralized, fully decentralized in the Web3 based platform, it is also supporting all content creators through creation. So I'm going to gather some post payouts or whatever reward I get from all the content I share. It's going to just take some time, but I'll allow myself to give myself some time. Even if it's a year, I'll be very happy to accumulate all the earnings I've received from my post payouts on the Hive blockchain and use it to supply this community with water. That was the alternative. But fortunately for me, I began to have nice reactions. People reacted to the story and they're like, oh, this is a very nice thing. Why don't we try to see how best we can help McSamm come out of this? And so I got directed by leaders of the Value Plan Society. That was when guilty parties contacted me, like, the story is really nice. Hive can do something to support. But he thinks I need to do things in order. Things must be well done. So he guided me to rewrite the whole proposal for review. So the proposal was written again for a review and it was live on the Hive blockchain. Things that were not done right were corrected and he guided me. It took some time though for a review of it. And after the final work, I think that was when I received the maximum support that they think this is something that the Hive blockchain can support. So the proposal started receiving votes. And once
Now, hold on a second, because the Hive blockchain is fully decentralized. Nobody owns the blockchain, right?
No.
So who are these people and groups that contributed and supported and commented? Who are they?
I believe Hive as a decentralized blockchain, there are a couple of people who have invested hugely into the Hive blockchain. People have invested. Yes. So there is one, I think DHFP, Decentralized Hive Fund. That is where we receive the whole support from. But people's upvotes and people's decision making affects whatever project that is they are going to support. The DHF or the Decentralized Hive Fund is going to support. So there's a Decentralized Hive Fund, and that fund supports lots of activities and projects which the blockchain thinks it is more valuable. It can bring a positive impact, not to the people who are going to be beneficiaries to the project, but also to the blockchain as well.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So then you wrote the proposal.
Yeah. So the proposal began to receive upvotes. People shared their comments, how they think it should be supported, and there is a threshold. There is where your vote must reach. If a project is or a proposal is submitted to the Hive blockchain, people or it must receive an amount of upvotes for it to be qualified as a project which is going to be supported by the Hive blockchain. So the good news is, at the end of some time, maybe a week or two, the project received the maximum or the expected support or the vote that qualifies it to be supported by the Hive blockchain. So from there, I got contacted that the good news is the entire community has voted. Everyone supports McSamm's project. They think Hive should come in to support the McSamm to provide clean water to the society that he's found. And through this, they're going to also make sure the project is championing the Hive Empowers project. There's a project that Hive conducts, which is called Hive Empowers project, where Hive tries to empower communities. And all these are turning online activities into real world experiences. So it's not just about online things that we do. We're also making or improving communities by empowering individuals in such community. I think that was the whole idea. I wanted to also get the young people in the community that they can do something. If I'm on a platform which has helped me to do this for you, then the young people can also do something even much bigger and better than what I have been able to achieve with a blockchain platform. And at the end of the day, I began to receive the funding. There was a direction to that. Updates kept coming every day. I keep updating the platform. And one good thing on Hive is once Hive supports your project, there is nothing which is hidden. You can't hide anything. It's a fully decentralized system. Whatever goes on into the project is being visible by everyone. So I kept updating everyone on the platform. Situations where there need to be corrections or directions, people come in, they decide They tell me, McSamm, you need to do this, you need to bring that, make sure these things are done that way. And through the direction, I was able to put up a water well or a borehole for this community that I visited, which had a problem. So there was a community who did not have potable or clean water. Once I spotted or I visited them, and I took a proposal or wrote a proposal to the Hive blockchain, the blockchain I belong to, they have indeed supported me to put up a Hive borehole. And as I speak to you now, at the end of the first borehole, people got motivated. People were inspired by the stories of how Hive has been able to improve such a community, empowering people. So the comments came that why not continue? Because there are several communities who are facing similar challenges or same problem. People expressed much interest.
How much did it cost, and how much did you raise for the first one?
Yeah, for the first one, it wasn't much because that time, Ghana, there's always inflation, Africa. And after COVID, things are really getting harder and difficult. Things are really rising every day. Around that time, I spent around $5,000. It wasn't so much. Yeah, wow. $5,000 got me through the whole thing. And there was a huge process. The building was not just about going there to construct. It took a lot of activities and planning. There was huge planning into that. Ghana, we are so much into culture and some of this stuff. And once you visit the community, you need to see the community leaders. And the good thing about this project is there is no single project I have constructed in the name of Hive or Hive has supported, which did not involve the community members, because Hive is so particular about the people. This is a project Hive is giving to the people, and it is for the people, and it's not for anyone. It is us. My presence on the blockchain has got this to them. So I am part of this whole thing. Everyone on the Hive blockchain is part of this project. So it's not for me, McSamm. It's not for the people. It's for us. We have used the platform to create something for ourselves, to give a better life for ourselves. And that is a very great thing that we can share. As I speak to you now, the support and the excitement that came from the Hive, the first borehole, has helped us to have 10 boreholes in Ghana right now. As I speak to you.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Hive has been able to construct 10 boreholes in Ghana. And there is no external support. Everything is done by the Hive blockchain, a Web3 based platform.
Yeah,
I think this is something that the world needs to hear about.
This is amazing, because $5,000, and okay, they probably cost more now because of inflation, right?
Yeah,
$5,000, exactly. It's not a lot for a government, for a centralized entity like the government. They didn't do it, right?
Yes,
but
they don't.
But a decentralized setup empowers people to serve themselves.
Exactly.
You have people taking over. They're not dependent upon anyone. It's the community generating it. So that's just extraordinary. So you've now got 10 boreholes, right?
And the good news is this week we are about starting the 11th borehole.
So you're not going to stop?
No, everyone enjoys the story. The story is incredible. Now, there is even more to it.
Yes.
As we go every day, there are lots of amazing stories that are coming out of this borehole. Let me tell you this. Those on Hive are aware of this story. Maybe Starkers didn't tell you. There was one community that we provided or we set the borehole with.
Yeah.
Now there's been, should I say, a war or some misunderstanding between two communities in Ghana for years.
Villages, yes.
Yes, they fought for years. Two communities in Ghana.
Yeah.
They are very close to each other. And they've made several attempts to resolve this conflict between the two communities. It's never worked. Do you know that one of these communities with one borehole has united the two communities?
Okay, so two communities, one borehole. And how did that?
One borehole.
Okay.
Yes. One borehole, one community was served with a borehole. We didn't know the story, or we didn't know there was an issue between the two communities. And almost every town around that same area has similar or same problem. So one or town A, knowing that the town B, which they are not in good terms with, is now having a clean water by a platform they don't know. They're like, hey, we're not in good terms with these people. We've fought for years. We've tried to resolve issues, but it's not working. Now they have potable water. Can we also have access to the water? Yes, we can have, but unless we are in good terms with them, unless we settle the dispute that we have with them. So leaders of the town B decided that, why don't we put our heads together and speak or find or contact the guys who made this borehole for them and see if they can direct us or they can lead us to the town A where they have provided the water to, that we want to enjoy the water also. but we want to call off every misunderstanding, every dispute that we've had over the years. And now we want to be one people so that we can also have access to this water. And so we directed them, we stepped in, and at the end of the day, these two communities are one. They've united and they're enjoying the borehole. Town B is enjoying the borehole from Town A.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yes.
That's really,
Yes.
really amazing. Clean water and the end of that conflict, that local conflict. Fabulous. And you're going to carry on, right?
Yes.
Because there's
And
probably...
we expect that by the end of this year, Hive borehole should be maybe 14 to 15. We are on the 11th one.
Wow. All decentralized, supported by the community. And I imagine this is a model that can be replicated in other parts of Africa, perhaps India and Pakistan and Afghanistan, in other places in the world where there isn't clean groundwater. Because the thing about a borehole is the water gets cleaned as it falls as rain through the earth, and gets filtered. And then when it comes up, it's clean and drinkable, doesn't have parasites and animal poo in it. Okay, that is fabulous. Now, if people want to support your project, how can they do that?
Is it financial support or which support?
Well, if they want to get in touch with you, if they want to send donations.
Well, if anyone wants to send donation or just support whatever we do, we welcome everyone. We welcome everyone. Everyone is welcome. I have a YouTube channel called Tech for Change Africa, and I'm using this channel to talk to the world about how a Web3 platform has transformed my life and the life of the people I live with. That is the whole concept of the YouTube channel, Tech for Change Africa. The 4 is number 4. Tech number 4 for Change Africa. Yes. So that is what I want to talk about.
Okay. Now, is that channel on 3Speak?
No, the channel is not on 3Speak, but I've been making videos on 3Speak as well. Yes.
Okay. Because 3Speak is built on the Hive blockchain.
Yes, it's on the Hive blockchain.
Yes. Okay. And you said, do you have a blog on Hive or something as well?
Yes, I've been, like I said earlier, with the Hive blog, before the project was initiated, I made sure I give or provide daily updates of how the project is going. Progress of the project is always given on my blog. So when you go to Hive, you can search for McSamm, McSamm.
Right, I'll have that.
And you're going to find updates of every. I can send you a list of all the projects I've done so far with Hive.
Just a link to the to your Hive contact details and also your YouTube channel and your 3Speak channel, McSamm, as well.
That's great.
All right. McSamm, is there anything else you want to let us know?
What I want to say is the blockchain. Well, before this project, I was just like other people. I thought blockchain Web3 is just online based activities, but in fact, Hive has indeed proven that its work it goes beyond just online activities. And empowering community is something huge that we must all support. I think Hive needs this attention. The world must get to hear about what a blockchain-based platform has achieved in Ghana. And it's not just in Ghana. Now, with this work, we have been able to organize Web3 seminars. Through this Hive borehole, we've organized Web3 seminars in universities in Ghana. And you can imagine the amount of support and how people have received blockchain. The last Web3 seminar I organized in Ghana, we received more than 100 sign-ups on Hive. People were really amazed and happy to see that a blockchain could serve people in Ghana or empower a whole community. We've also been trying to empower communities with healthcare support, and these are all supported by the Hive blockchain. So for me, McSamm, is just, as people are talking about Web3 as an online-based platform, I see a Web3 as an offline activity. It is making something entirely different that other people could not even achieve. Now, we are currently at the northern part of Ghana, which is called Tamale. And those who know Ghana very well, the northern part of Ghana is one of the few places in Ghana where it's very difficult for water. The people really struggle for a clean water. Even if you try to dig, it takes a lot of energy to get water. There's been NGOs who have visited some of these towns, they never made it. The current borehole we launched, the chief told me that NGOs came over to give them water. Within 3 days, they ran away, they never saw them. So when we came that we want to help them with the help of the Hive blockchain, we want to support them with the clean water. He thought it's the same story. They've heard this before. People have come to promise them, it never worked. So how much more we young guys who are working with a web online-based platform, they didn't believe it. Within 2 weeks, we launched the borehole, and the chief was like, wow, he couldn't believe so. He saw his people feeding, fetching the water.
That's amazing. That's really amazing.
This is what we're talking about. So that is really baffling. Can you think of this? It doesn't look as if they don't talk to political leaders or leaders in the country. They've made several attempts to talk to leaders to come to their aid, and they don't mind them. All they know is political campaigns. When it's time for election, they come to the people to vote for them into power. And once they get power, that is all. Yet there are people elsewhere who are feeding on a water that cows and other animals are also drinking. How does it sound to us?
Yeah.
And then just a blockchain platform doing this incredible project. I think Hive deserves the attention more than what we're just talking about.
McSamm, thank you so much. I think you and your project deserve a lot of attention for what you're
doing. So much grateful.
Really appreciate it. And, if anybody who's watching, if you have any comments or questions, put them in the description below. Do check out McSamm's blog on Hive and also his YouTube channel. I have all the links. And McSamm's going to set up a 3Speak channel too. And check out my channel and everything.
Yeah.
Now when I see you next. By the way, if you're in other parts of the world that have the same issues, you should contact McSamm and find out so that you can replicate this model in, wherever you happen to be, wherever there's a need. Because we can't live without water. So McSamm, thank you so much.
And the good thing is, anyone can help change their society with Hive. Yeah. Hive is ready to support everyone. And to use you with your help, your society could have your society with the help of the blockchain, the Web3 platform. Our society, also political leaders, they failed us hugely. And the Web3 based platform is ready to change stories. And that is what Hive is all about.
Great. McSamm, thank you so much. And everybody.
Thank you so much. You're welcome.
You're welcome too. Everybody's watching, please keep filling your pockets with clean, potable water. This is Crypto Rich and Water McSamm signing out. All the best. Bye-bye.
Thank you. See you. Bye.